The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing week, and I'm excited to have you joining us as we talk about fall into balance in your health and time management. These are the areas I find can get out of balance really quickly, and then it affects everything else. And it becomes this downward spiral when our health isn't where we want it to be, our energy isn't where we want it to be, or we're feeling like, my goodness, I just can't get everything done that I need to get done or that I've committed to doing. And that can start to run us. And so today we're going to be talking about those things in really practical and candid ways to support you on your journey. I did want to let you know that there is construction going on just outside my office. I have tried to close all the windows, etc. But if you hear that there, just wanted you to know that there is some construction going on as they're improving the space that we have our office in, which is fabulous, but you're going to hear a little bit of that in the background. So just try to not have it distract you, but really bring you in closer, leaning in to our conversation. Because we need, I believe, to have balance in our lives, to find what that means for each of us so that we can be the most that we can be in our lives, that we can really shine, not just kind of survive and exist, but thrive, actually having our health support us in a balanced and vibrant way, having enough time to easily complete all the things that we've added on our plate to do. And I just wanted us to reflect on this a little bit so we're all on the same page as we're leaning in to this conversation. I recently led a class for some of my VIPs, and it was called Your Success Formula. And one of the things we really focused in on that was that we all have plates in life that we can add things onto, but all our plates are the same 24-hour size. Nobody gets extra hours. We all get the 24 hours. We all have different energy levels and energy units we can spend during that time, but we really need to purposely choose what we're adding onto that plate. And what our tendency is we say yes and we just add the next thing, we add another thing, then we add some more things, and pretty soon the plate's really full. Like if any of you have ever done a potluck sort of thing, or you've gone to a buffet where you get to try lots of different things and we start filling up our plate, inevitably at some point the plate is full. And things will start rolling off. It could be the cucumbers, it could be olives, could be the dessert you're trying to teeter on the top there, whatever it may be. And then one of the things we frequently forget to include on our plate is ourselves. We kind of put it at the end of the list. Maybe we'll get to it, gets pushed to the next day and the next day. And it's in that someday kind of thing that never happens. And I really want to encourage you as we go through our conversations today to really lean into things that can help you choose what's going on your plate and look at some things that perhaps can be taken off, because we cannot endlessly add things on. The plate is only so big. We only have 24 hours. And guess what? We need to sleep too. as well with that same 24 hours that we have. So really be thinking about every time I add something on, what can I take off? Or what several things do I need to take off to make room for what I'm adding on or wanting to add on to your plate? And you want to think about the same thing as with your energy, that if you're doing things that are harder for you, that take more energy, is there an easier way to do some of those things? So I just want you to think about these things as we go through our time together, because we're going to talk about things from a wellness perspective, our bodies and how they work, and talking to a biochemist around energy and what sorts of things we can do to help us with our energy, with our health. And then we're also going to talk to an expert around productivity and time management. So we have some amazing resources that we're going to be tapping into today to help us. But it's important we kind of know what we're talking about, and we're really thinking about, my goodness, what do I have on my plate? And I want to celebrate something with all of you, because you said yes to you by joining us on the show today. You've said yes to making sure you're in the center of that plate, that you're being fed into, not just serving and feeding others, but you're taking care of you. You're leaning into support on the journey in life, into experts that can help us do more and be more effective out there. We don't need to do it all on our own. It is not a solo journey. You've probably heard me say that many times, but we need to be reminded it's not a solo journey. And this show is really designed to equip and empower you to live your life on purpose and with purpose. And that's why we bring these amazing experts to serve and support you on this powerful journey in life. So just check in for a moment. Think about your to-do list. Think about those things in the next 24 hours you're looking at getting done. Or as you're planning ahead, the things that you're wanting to do, wanting to commit to. Let's just take a moment. You're not alone in this. It's not a time for criticism or judgment. It's just awareness. So that as we lean into our conversations today, you're leaning into those things that are going to serve you real time, practically right now on your journey. So let's take a collective breath together. Big belly breath. Blow out through your mouth like a straw. Beautiful. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Keep both hands on the wheels, eyes open and alert, just inwardly tuning in. Those of you who are able to, though, I invite you to put both feet on the floor. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head. Take another big, deep belly breath. And blow out through a straw, like you're blowing out through a straw. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Take one more breath. This belly breathing actually brings you very present. Lowers your cortisol levels, your stress levels, so that you can be very present and in a place to receive, not just racing around. So keep those belly breaths going. Great. Close your eyes if you haven't already. One hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Beautiful. And in this space, what is it that you need today? As we're looking at health, we're looking at balance, we're looking at time management, what we've got on our plate. What is it that you need today that will encourage you, empower you, and support you on your journey? And receive that information. Sometimes it comes in a picture, sometimes a memory, a sound. There's all different ways that we can receive information and be communicated with. We can race around so much in life that we don't pause and listen and receive. There's great wisdom in those pauses. Beautiful. So go ahead and receive whatever it is that you need today, that you're going to lean into, that will serve and support you. Real time. Not someday, but now. And go ahead and open up your eyes, come back into the room, fully present. And I encourage you to write down whatever it is that you received in that pause, that you're going to lean into, that you're going to be looking for with anticipation to receive in your life. If we have top of mind what we need, what we're looking for, it's a lot easier to recognize and lean into it. I invite you to do so. And hopefully we will tap into what it is that you need real time on our show today, or lay some of the groundwork so that as you go back out into the world, you're able to eagerly lean into those opportunities to bring what it is you need and to recognize them. Wonderful. And now I'm going to go around the room and ask our guest experts what was laid upon their heart. Lorri, I was wondering if you had something laid upon your heart today.
I did. It came in the picture of my iPhone, and it was setting the timer on my phone to get up every 30 minutes and stretch when I'm sitting at my desk.
Nice. Building that movement in. Beautiful, in a very strategic way. I love it. Thank you. Marnie, how about you? Did you have something laid upon your heart?
Yes, I am to receive and appreciate and believe that there is time to do everything God wants me to do.
I love that. There is time for everything God wants you to do. Beautiful. You're right. We can walk around believing there isn't enough time, which can help defeat what it is we're trying to do, but really receiving that truth, there is enough time to do all that we are called to do each 24 hours. I like to think about it that way because we get another 24 hours after that one and another one and another one. So all fresh and new every time. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And what was laid on my heart is two things. One was to be just really, really present with all of you and to really feel into what it is that we each need today and to hold that space for all of us to receive. And then as we're looking at time management and priorities and health, it's really been laid on my heart consistently to carve time out for me. And so I've really gotten into the practice of that. But that movement piece that you're tapping into, Lorri, has been laid on my heart recently too, to build that into my life more than I have. So I appreciate what you shared about that. And I'm going to really sit with how I can start building a little bit more movement into my life and into each 24 hours that I'm given. So thank you. Listeners, what is it that was laid upon your heart that you're going to receive or start implementing in your life real time? I invite you to think about that as we go into our first commercial break. And here's how I encourage you from a time management and balance perspective to get the most out of this 2-minute moment. That's how long our commercial breaks are. Continue to sit with what it is that you need. Try to stay fully present, not rushing off, kind of robbing your time from where you are right now. Rushing off and trying to get a few things off your list only to get distracted and then not be here to receive what is here for you today. So I encourage you to stay fully present in this space and listening to what it is that you need today. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes. And here's the tip. You can have these power 2-minute moments throughout the day. You could even do it in a minute and start weaving those in. So like Lorri was sharing in the opening segment that she was going to set her iPhone to move, not that the iPhone would move, but to indicate it was time for her to move every 30 minutes. We can start building these practices into our life every, a pause, a few times a day, 2 minutes carving out just for us to breathe, to recenter and be purposeful. It can make a huge difference in our energy, in our stress levels, and making choices that help us live our life on purpose. So I encourage you to take that practice with you and build it into your life. Well, this segment, we're going to be talking with one of our amazing experts, Lorri Lockyer. And I know you're going to love her energy and her enthusiasm and her passion, but I want to share a little bit of her background so we have that foundation for our conversation. She is a women's wellness expert, nutritional biochemist, a speaker, a coach, a competitive bodybuilder. And I didn't see this in here, Lorri, but I know you're also a horse rider. It's probably not the right term, but I know you ride horses. And a #1 best-selling author. She is passionate about helping women achieve mental clarity, hormonal balance, increased energy, and reach their, I love how you phrase this, Lorri, joyful weight. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Lorri Lockyer to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I am an equestrian, so I do ride my horse every day.
Thank you. I knew there was a more formal term. And I love that. You've managed to build that. So here's someone else balancing life and those things that are important to them that you manage a ride in every day, which is amazing. Wonderful. Now, do you mind sharing with us, Lorri, why you're so passionate about helping women achieve all of these amazing things in their life? Why is that personally so important to you?
It really hits me in the soul of my purpose here on this earth is to be able to share how we can be very proactive in our health And when we're proactive in our health, we have the energy, the clarity, and the drive to really do what we are meant to do here on this earth. And for women, we have this, very special, complicated body that, especially over the age of the 40s, goes into a little hormone haywire. It's my passion to help women understand that time so they can actually be empowered and have that time of wisdom to really enjoy their life and to serve and to be all that they want to be.
Beautiful. I love how you phrase that so lovingly. The bodies just go a little hormonally haywire during that time, and that you were leaning in to helping demystify some of that and balance things out so that we can step into our power and wisdom. Really, really beautiful. Thank you for the work that you do. So, can you share with us, it's a phrase I've heard you use called living your priorities. And can you share what that means and how does it help us stay on track with our health goals and goals in general?
Sure. It was made very apparent to me that you either set your priorities or someone else sets them for you. Mm. When you're able to schedule time for self-care, it's great for your body, not only in the short term, but also in the long term. Several, women, or most women, want to take care of others, and we're very good at taking care of others. But we need to see the importance of taking care of us. When we have that self-care, we're actually able to give our bodies the energy that it needs, and we need that energy in order to achieve our dreams and our goals. A business coach shared with me that self-confidence is actually energy-based. So it takes self-care, not only in the mind, body, and spirit, to have that energy to achieve those goals.
So what I'm hearing you say is this is a mind, body, soul, and spirit kind of thing that we really want to lean into in our life, and that it starts with, if I'm hearing you correctly, it really starts with making that self-care a priority in the center of the plate, so to speak, because it's what enables us to do everything else, including confidence. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So taking that time to plan your meals and plan a healthy meal, and taking that time to, get a massage. I get one every 2 weeks, and I'm able to really see early on if I have something going, haywire or something in my body. And, taking that time to just, be girly and take care of your face and your skin and relax. But taking care of the body as a whole, emotionally, health-wise, is so important if we're going to be able to do the work we want to do.
Yep. Beautiful. And so living our priorities is really building in the self-care and being strategic and taking that time and building it into our schedule that we're doing those things that are going to be nourishing and supporting to us. And it looks like, Lorri, we actually have a caller that I believe would like to ask us a question. So we're going to go ahead and open up the lines here. Cynthia from San Francisco, welcome to the show.
Hi, Rebecca. Love your show.
Oh, glad to have you calling in. Thank you. And do you mind sharing just who you are? I always love to have people meet our listeners, and either a share or a question you may have for us today.
Awesome. So I'm Cynthia Stott, and I'm a global visibility expert, and I help people share on Facebook. And I live in San Francisco, and I've worked with Lorri, and I love how she fits fitness and health and well-being into the everyday life.
Beautiful. What a gift. Thank you for sharing. And did you have an additional question or a comment for us today, or you wanted to let people know the impact she's had in your life, anything like that? Wanted to give you that opportunity.
Thank you. Absolutely. So she worked with me. She actually told me something revolutionary. She said that 80% of what she was doing when she was a bodybuilder way back in her 20s was nutrition. And this really rocked my world because I'd been dealing with weight issues all my life, and I'd been trying to hike and exercise, but the weight wasn't coming off. And so she supported me with some nutritional shakes that just changed everything for me. In fact, I love to hike waterfall steps, and the first time I drank this shake, I passed up a tourist. Wow!
Instant boost to the energy. I love it. Wonderful.
Yeah, so I just love how she makes it possible to be fit and to bring that into your life. And I wonder if she has any more tips that she could share with us about bringing, nutrition and health and wellness into your daily life.
Beautiful. And actually, Cynthia, thank you so much for calling in. We are going to have to transition here to a break soon. So, Lorri, I'm going to table that question to the end about tips on how to work daily nutrition and activity into, or daily nutrition and ideas to build into our daily activities. So really beautiful. Cynthia, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate that and appreciate you as a listener to our show.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks. And Lorri, we are getting ready to transition here to break in just a little bit, but I wanted to take a moment to have you share about your amazing gift, because I know you've generously put one together for our listeners today.
Thank you, Rebecca. I have a free ebook called 12 Steps to Naturally Balancing Hormones. And I had so many women who would ask me about what they could do to naturally balance hormones, whether you're just starting in perimenopause or in menopause or not. Even if you're just cycling, there's lots of things that we can do. So it's a very easy read, and it will tell you the foods that naturally balance hormones and reduce inflammation. It will also go over how to activate hormones in your gut so you have a healthy digestive tract, which gives you mental clarity. We talk about reducing stress, hot flashes, PMS, and more, and essential oils that will help you sleep and balance hormones. So it's available on my website, and I know you'll be talking about that later. But yep. I encourage women to just get some information about what they can do very easily to just have their body in balance.
Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you again for the work that you do and for this generous gift of 12 steps that we can lean into naturally balancing our hormones. And part of really being equipped and empowered is leaning into tools and resources that can support us on our journey. So I really encourage those female listeners out there to lean into this. If you're wondering about your energy and hormonal balance, etc., what a great tool and resource. So at the end of the show, I'm going to let you know exactly how to access that information. We are now getting ready to go into our next magical 2-minute moment. I invite you to lean in, think about what Lorri has shared with you, what's being laid on your heart, really processing things real time, doing some of that deep belly breathing, and we will look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net. age.com/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those powerful 2 moments just for you and really leaned in to process what has been shared and receive all that is here for you today in mind, body, soul, and spirit around balance in your health and time management. Well, this next segment, we're going to be talking with our time management expert. And let me just share a little bit about her. She's an online mentor to over 15,000 leaders from 35 countries, a radio talk show host that's been syndicated, an author of 13 books, and she is passionate about helping others implement doable success strategies to increase productivity and skyrocket, and listen to this, I love this, skyrocket your delight in life. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Marnie Swedberg to the show. Welcome.
Hi, Rebecca. It's great to be here.
Excited to have you. And I just wanted to underline with our listeners all that you are doing, because it's so important when we're talking to a time management expert. We want to know that they're getting results and they're doing things. And so I wanted to highlight some of those pieces in your bio that are really showing that. So listeners, Marnie is walking the talk, has the experience, and is able to help you really break things down into doable steps. And she cares about you having delight in life. So I love that mixture, Marnie. Do you mind sharing with us why? Why is helping people in this way, particularly leaders, so personally important to you?
You know, it's such a great question, the why question, and my answer might be kind of funny, and some people might go, that's a weird answer, but it's my answer. I do it because I was born to do it. You know how a runner, an Olympic runner, or maybe an astronaut, you know, that's all they can think about from the time they're tiny. And for me, that's really that's how I'm built. I'm built to do this. And so I just get up every day so excited to learn more myself and to learn how to communicate it so that women around the world, so that you guys who are listening can really take it and apply the best strategies and really get good results.
I love it. As you're sharing, Marnie, I can just hear that conviction, that certainty, that power in your voice. I mean, just pausing and listening for a moment, I'm thinking, wow, wouldn't it be amazing if we could declare that in our life and that we are actually doing those things we are born to do and giving those gifts to the world. So I'm excited you're doing that. I celebrate it. And listeners, lean into an expert that is doing what she's born to do to support you, particularly around productivity and results and time management. Woo, I celebrate. Now, speaking of which, because I'm a result-oriented person personally, I really like to not just think about things I'm going to do, but I get excited when they're done and completed, and I can put them on a list and check them off. So I'm very results-oriented. And so just asking about what stops us. What is the number one reason you see in being an expert born to do this? What's the number one reason we don't reach our goals or we get stuck along the way?
Well, I like to say that we let life push us around instead of letting God draw us. And when you think of God drawing you, so think of someone drawing a picture. Now, I always say when God strung together your 3 billion base pair of DNA, He did it in a particular way. You're the only you that He made just like that. And He drew that design for a specific purpose. And you are on earth right now in this time period for a specific purpose. And if you get distracted with the cares of life, then you're not going to really accomplish what you were put here to do. You're just going to get stuff done, but you're not going to feel fulfilled. And you're not going to be achieving the purpose for which you were created.
Now, can I explore this a little bit further with you? Because I think this is such a powerful point, so key. So this being the case, that this is the mixture of DNA, the gifts and talents and abilities that we uniquely have. And this is my personal belief, as I'm very much in alignment with you, that you're the only you, and the time is now. We have now, not someday. And the world needs us exactly how we're made to bring that to the world. Oh, how can someone start to tap into that so that they know and can start playing life in a sense that way?
I do a program called the Success Principles, and that's really whoever you learn it from, learn it. You have to understand how you were created matches with how the world works so that you can come to, like if you put your hands out and you try to put your fingers together, it should work like, 2 hands coming together, fit like a glove kind of concept, instead of me always pushing and trying to make the world and life do something that it was never created to do for me. And maybe somebody else can do it, but it wasn't ever meant for that for me. So doing the self-exploration, doing the principles exploration is absolutely critical to your success.
Beautiful. So listeners, for those of you who don't feel like you're playing life your way or that it's flowing in a way that you're designed and made, I echo Marnie's sharing this, that it's really important to discover that. That's so key to really knowing how you're made and what your strengths are, what your abilities are, so that you can lean into playing more that way than having life push us around, as you had shared earlier, Marnie, which can drain us and make us less productive. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to ask you about another word I hear a lot when we talk about projects and goals, and people get stuck in this thing called procrastination. Can you share what causes that and how can we move past it?
Well, first of all, I want to give you a definition that's going to help you to comprehend why you procrastinate when you procrastinate. So the definition that I like to use is that procrastination is the mind's intentional engagement on a low priority item in order to avoid a high priority item. So somehow your brain is saying, I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and if I have time, I'd love to give you 3 reasons, 3 kind of examples of why you can't go there. But the brain is actually choosing a low priority item because it's not quite ready to do that high priority item.
I love that because I'll find sometimes that suddenly all the dishes get done, or suddenly it's really important I do all the filing when I need to be writing my chapter. We absolutely can do. I remember during finals, my room, back in school, my room would get spotless during the final time when I had to write a report or something. So we definitely can do that. Do you mind sharing how we can move past that to help us not choose the low priority item?
Yeah, well, it's the key is to get very clear and to have resonance, to have agreement within yourself that this is what you are to do and that it is possible for you to do it now. So those are the two pieces that have to be there. And I like to use the analogy of a game show where the person comes out and, you're on this game show and they have a pile of $100 bills over on this side of the stage, and over on this side of the other side of the stage, they have a pile of just $1 bills. And the game is you've got 60 seconds and you're supposed to get as much money into the basket as you can. So that's really easy. What are you going to do, Rebecca?
I'm going to go to the $100 pile.
Obviously, you're going to go to the $100 pile because you're a smart girl. Now, here's the challenge, is that they send you out there blindfolded, and you don't know which is which pile. So now, Rebecca, as the smart girl, what are you going to do?
I'm going to ask for help.
Okay, or if nobody can help you, you're going to divide your time equally between the piles, right? Because that way you have most chance, of coming out good, right? Okay, so that's what procrastination really is. It's us really not being crystal clear about which pile we're supposed to be playing in. And so we just go, okay, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to grab, I'm going to do the best I can here. And so once we get crystal clear about what we are supposed to do right now and that it is possible for us to do it now, then procrastination it falls away on its own accord.
Beautiful. And I think it also gets that kind of fire in the belly. Like, I think we get a burst of energy, too, with the clarity, which helps.
Well, because the $100 pile is really fun.
We're getting a lot done during that focused attention on it. Love it. Yes. Well, Marnie, I know that you have put together an amazing gift for us today, and I wanted to just take a moment to have you share with our listeners what your gift is all about.
Absolutely. You guys are being offered my free time management template, and this is what I use every day to manage my daily to-dos and projects, to prioritize as I go through my day, to estimate my ETAs or estimated time of attainment, and track my progress as I go. Also to retain the details long-term and to get done with less fuss, and it's available on Excel, either on your desktop or you can do it on your Google Shareable. So it's a really fun template that I hope you'll love as much as I do.
I love it. So not only, and I love this, so this is an example of leveraging and accomplishing a lot with one activity. So not only are you able to measure results, and that's probably in and of itself exciting as you go along through the day, but then it also becomes a record that you can refer back to and a tool to help you prioritize and take that action. Love it. What a generous gift. Thank you. And again, this walking the talk, this is what she uses, and you can tap into what she's found works amazingly for her and for the people that she works with. So really, really generous gift. Well, listeners, we are getting ready to go into our next commercial break. So an opportunity for you to carve out those 2 minutes just for you, to think about what has been shared. And in fact, I'm going to let you know how to access both Lorri and Marnie's gifts. So you may want to do that, but you've got it during the 2 minutes, but you need to make sure to come back for the exciting conclusion. Now you go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural, .net. Again, that's radiogifts.net. And it's multiple gifts. It's a net full of gifts. So radiogifts.net. You put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you scroll down to today's date, which is August 9th, and you'll see these amazing gifts from both Lorri and Marnie. So wonderful activity to do during these next 2 moments. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just a couple minutes.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
The Ugly Awkward Dance Show is designed to help you move through those ugly, awkward, and uncomfortable life experiences. You know what we're talking about. Did you know that each challenge brings a gift? Once you figured that out, even the toughest challenge almost becomes fun. Each program includes engaging guests who talk about what they've overcome, as well as a mindful movement exercise to help you move through your emotional blocks. Yes, there will be awkward dancing too. Visit theuglyawkwarddance.show.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com, and make the most of an incredible life transformation.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that break, that you took some time for you to process what we shared and really listen to what it is that you need today. And then we invited you to lean into those generous gifts that both of our guest experts shared with you today. Just in case you didn't get a chance to do that during the break, let me give you that link again. It's Radio Gifts, and that's plural with an S, radiogifts.net. And you will find all these amazing gifts and more to support you on your journey. And the reason we give you gifts is because we want you to have information and tools and resources that go with you, that support you on your journey, that you become equipped and empowered. We want to inspire you, share valuable information on the show, but that we also want you to have something you can take with you and use to bring the transformation you need in your life, the encouragement, the steps that can help you live your life on purpose and with purpose. That's why we make those gifts available to you. So I hope that they are supportive of you and that you lean into them saying yes to you. Now, we had a caller during Lorri's interview segment that had a question and wanted to know some tips about daily things and activities they can work into their everyday life to help with their health and their energy and balance. And I wanted to open up the floor to Lorri and give her an opportunity to answer that and share any tips that have been laid upon her heart to support us today. So Lorri, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rebecca. One of the most important things that I found out when I was bodybuilding, and then especially today, I'm in my mid-50s, is making sure that my meals have like 60 to 70% greens. And personally, I love kale. There's so many different types of kale, but I'm a kale and spinach fanatic. And it has made such a huge difference in my body, my weight. but, getting those greens in, and some people, it's just not convenient for them. And so if it's not convenient to eat fresh greens or to make that, kale salad, then I recommend a powdered greens, like Terra Greens by doTERRA is a really good one. You just mix it with water. It tastes yummy. You can even add some essential oils to it. But getting those greens in your diet, in your, every meal is something that will really improve and up-level the health of your body. So if you are wanting to lose weight or you just want that extra energy, that's going to make a difference.
Beautiful. And you said 60% to 70%? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Yes. I love that. What a great tip that we can start applying in our life. And I like that you offered an alternative for those maybe that don't like kale, as funny as that sounds, or some that don't, they're on the road a lot. Having that kind of an alternative is beautiful. And I just wanted to share, Lorri presented at one of our events. And actually, if you go to our television channel, you'll be able to find her as well, which is empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's Empowered Connections with an S, TV.com. And she was one of our featured show experts. And at one point in our conversation on stage, she had everyone in the room turn to their neighbor and share about their favorite vegetable. Do you remember this, Lorri?
Yes, and it was hard to bring them back. They were all talking. It was fun. That was really fun.
They were so excited, and I think spinach and kale seemed to rank the highest. And then broccoli. People were really excited about their favorite green vegetables. So great conversational tip you can bring up at dinner or you're wanting to break the ice. And it raised the whole energy of the room just talking about it. Imagine eating it too. So I love that. Thank you, Lorri. I appreciate that.
You're
share.
welcome.
And Marnie, how about you? We talked behind the scenes, and you're going to help answer a mystery that we have, and that is where time goes. Do you mind sharing with us?
Right. I like to share some statistics because in your lifetime, you're going to spend 2.5 years driving a car, 5 years waiting, 6 years eating, 23 years in bed, 3.5 years in the bathroom. And those are just the daily things that you can't avoid. And so time just goes so fast. And what I like to do is I use a prioritization calculator, and it's just 3 words. It's easy to remember. Results divided by investment equals priority. Results divided by investment equals priority. So you're always able to say, in these moments, what is the best thing for me to do?
I love that. The result I want, how much of an investment is it going to take, equals the priority. Really powerful. Thank you. And those statistics, I think, are really, really powerful as well, because I find so often when people are arranging their 24 hours, they're not including the time spent on that. They think you're instantly teleporting places.
or no time for food preparation or, you have to build it all in.
Or anything. Or
the bathroom.
I know. So really important to recognize that those are kind of the averages. It's very normal to be in the car or to feed yourself and take some time.
Right.
But to be proactive, that is a priority, and to build that into your life, because that's where some of your time is going, and we can miss that when we're planning things and then always end up behind. So thank you so much for pointing those statistics out and sharing that information with us. And again, I love that calculation because I love numbers too. So anything with a formula I lean into, but I appreciate that. Results divided by investment equals the priority. So those of you who are struggling a little bit with prioritizing, that's a great way to get support in being able to prioritize and stop some of that procrastination. Oh, thank you, Marnie. I appreciate your share.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And the listeners, I want to thank all of you. My arms are stretched out, encompassing all of you in a huge hug today. I want to thank all of you for joining us, for leaning into you, being willing to make yourself a priority today in this moment. That I want to encourage you to fall into your balance, in your health, in your time management. Tap into these tools and resources that are designed to support you on your journey. It's not an accident you leaned into our conversation today, that you've listened to the end. And I want to encourage you to receive what is here to support you on your journey as you go back out into the world, that you do it with purpose, with passion, with clarity, with energy. Taking a few moments carved out just for you to prioritize things so that you can really live your life on purpose and with purpose. That the choices you're making as you say yes and no to things that are going to go onto your plate, that you make sure to include you as part of the yes in the center of that plate, and that you are spending, in a sense, with awareness, your time and energy, because there's only one you, and you matter and are needed in this world. And wherever you go, whatever you do, my heart's desire is that you will always, always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. I look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Women's Channel.